everybody. So nice to be here in your city. Such a magical city. I got off the plane yesterday, and it was summer, and there were piles of snow on the sidewalk. I was like, wow, New York City is magic. Unbelievable. So we are going to talk about a lot of magic today, and I'm not going to spoil some later magic, but I want to really talk about how we can bring AI right into the workflow. So today is going to be the main focus of the chat, and we're going to talk about also some of the latest and greatest things that we have worked on in the AI research organization and also in the product side. We are in an era where imagination is really becoming the only limit, and whether you are a content creator getting your business off the ground, or a kindergarten teacher creating interactive classroom games with code, or a music producer making music with Canva sheets to live music. I had to watch this video 3 times because I couldn't believe it. This is right in the street of New York. Whether any of those is your use case, AI is really becoming the great equalizer, enabling anyone to have new creative breakthroughs. And for us, this is really like a natural continuation of our mission to empower the whole world to design anything. I would say we are living in this imagination era, and there are definitely challenges that are unprecedented. And we discussed with some of those with the great speakers that came before me, but there are also incredible opportunities that we are seeing. And for a decade at Canva, we basically have taken all the technology that we could find and put together to make the process of designing collaborative, simple, and free. And we brought the best design into one place, one design platform. But now, today, the game has really changed, and it means now having the best AI models available right there in the workflow. And so we had to do some major pivoting and refocus the company around AI. And we have partnered with some of the greatest companies in the space, like Forest Labs, OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, and Leonardo. And then we also made Leonardo part of Canva, and we seeded a pretty incredible AI research organization that I'm very proud to be part of. The needs of visual AI are so specific. They really require like a dedicated AI models. And this is why we had to create our own organization, really focus on this. And what we found in this journey, we learned that people really, what they need is someone or something to help them a very step of the way, not just at the beginning or the end, and really carrying them through the creation process. So we have created an AI that is your collaborator. We put dozens and dozens of AI capabilities right there into the workflow, and we have really changed the workflow radically. And so Canva AI, you can find it in the comments when you work with a collaborator, or you can just prompt something from scratch, can generate designs, and so on. And what we have seen in the industry overall is really like 3 steps the AI capabilities, new AI capabilities go through over time. I still remember the first time I was at OpenAI office in San Francisco, very, very small office with not a lot of people, and I saw the demo of DALL-E 2, that famous avocado chair. And that was like step 1. The capability is so incredible and so mind-blowing, you just want to get your hands on it and then try it out. And then over time, in step 2, people figure out a way to incorporate that capability into their first prototype workflow. And it could involve a lot of like importing, exporting, downloading, a lot of like I/O friction, but they kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. And then step 3 is when really adoption really becomes a hockey stick. When you can actually integrate the AI capability into your day-to-day workflow, you can also collaborate with, and your collaborators have access to the same AI capabilities that you do. So you can all together like elevate what the company can do. And so we have seen images flow through those 3 stages, design generation, and then video afterwards. And the whole industry is basically steadily evolving towards this workflow model, which is the step 3. But this comes with one big problem, which is the output of those AI systems. Most of them are flat images, fixed assets, things that you cannot easily edit. But we know that AI only brings you to 80% of the way, and the remaining 20% is so specific, so particular. You want really to reflect your brand. You want to really deliver the message that you want. And so for that, we just needed more. And we don't want people to have to prompt and regenerate everything from scratch and reprompt and reprompt. So that prompted us, no pun intended, to build the Canva design model, where the focus is really AI that can generate something that is editable and something that you can iterate on. We introduced that last year as our foundational AI model, and then we have pushed more and more capabilities over time. And so you are able today to generate a design, and we have text separated from the images and from the elements that you can still drag, you can change the color. It's a model that understands layout, understands color palette. It can really help you through the process. But there was one thing that was still, let's say, flat, which was some of the components like text were editable, but some others were not, like the image of the background. And we really understood how a good design, a great design, requires really a lot of ingredients. And you have to break down all these ingredients into the fine components. And you have to give the control to the creator over every single element. And so that is what really pushed us to go further. And so if you're looking at the full evolution of the design generation capabilities, everything started with diffusion models, which were great, create great content, but not as controllable. Then we move into Omni LLMs, where the prompt adherence got a lot better, and there was more visual awareness that we could leverage. So the result was better, but was still flat and not editable. And then with the Canva design model, we introduced editability of the design. And then today, that's the surprise. I wish I could borrow the lighting and thunder. That was awesome, Sandra. So we have to do today just with a drum roll. I hope it's okay. Let's roll the drum roll. Today we are introducing magic layers.
You made a thing, but it's flat, unchangeable. You just need to change one little thing, which changes everything. But see this thing? Now your image has layers. Change anything, move anything, perfect everything. Your thing is finally your thing. Canva Magic Layers, the thing that unflats your thing.
Woo-hoo. I'm very excited. This was a lot of hard work from a lot of people at Canva, and I'm really proud to go through what this means for designers. And so the Canva design model, this foundational AI model that we built, now has the capability to generate a fully editable structured design with every element that can be edited, rescaled, deleted, moved, change color, and everything. So it's a pretty major breakthrough. I think it's one of a kind. And we are really giving to the users the full control. But not only in the generation, but we are also allowing people to, by integrating Magic Layer into Magic Studio, we're allowing people to take existing designs, they are just flat images, import them into Canva, and then benefit from this ability to separate all the elements of the design. So this is quite exciting, and it's basically the continuation of a journey that we started with the deployment of the Canva design model last year, where you could go inside in Canva, prompt Canva AI, generate a design, and get text, background, image separated out, and then still iterate on that. And then now we get to the full step where it's a full editable structured design. So with the Magic Layer technology, we are taking really this a step further to ensure that each part of the design is individually editable. And at the end, this is not the end. This is actually the beginning of a new journey where now that we have an editable design in the hand of designers inside a design editor, that is where we can really learn the fine details of what makes a design great. Because this design will live in the Canva editor, and then designers will move things, will adjust colors, will modify the layout, and then we can use that data to improve further our model. So we can incorporate user feedback from the editor, but we can also understand who the designer is and provide a more personalized experience. We can include branding information, and then most importantly, everything that we do here is multi-document. So we support every document type, and this model learns across all the document type. We are very lucky. It's not luck, actually, it's hard work. That happened actually before I joined, so to be fully honest. But the fact that Canva is supporting all these doc types on a single file format, on one single platform, is an amazing power, because we can really train across in a multimodal way and have also multimodal output. So this is really incredible, and I think really plays on one of the unique strengths of Canva on that front. And all this comes together to build what we call the creative operating system. We have Canva AI at the core, and AI at the core, and then we have the Visual Suite sitting on top of the platform. This is what delivers really the ultimate value that we give to our user. So presentations, docs, whiteboards, videos, and so on, all is coming together there, where AI is not just something we add on top, but a layer through the whole product experience. And that's where basically AI creates workflows that are just working, right? Instead of having to figure out the ins and outs, we go from like summarizing some research, generating a presentation, adding branding, style images. We can plan tasks, next steps, and then we can translate this into campaigns that then go out in the wild, and we can see the data coming back from those campaigns, see how well they are received, and then we can iterate. So this becomes really like a flywheel that you all will be able to leverage, not just in the creation part, but also in reaching your audience, understanding their reaction, and then moving forward. And the next steps that we really want to focus on are creating a system that has persistent memory, full brand awareness. It can really orchestrate the generation across document types. These three things are our goals, and this is something that we are working on for the next iteration on the Canva design model. I think iteration is really the next wave. We are done with the AI slot machines, which was fun and at the same time a little bit frustrating, like going to the casino. I guess it was a very similar experience. That's why they're called that way. And now we are instead in an era of AI that can iterate with humans, and it's going to be quite different. The most important thing is that we are keeping in mind that every single use of AI starts with the seed of a human intent. It is the core part at the center of it. Cultivating the ability to have that initial idea or intent is going to become the most important skill in the AI era. It's an era where we are building AI with a human at the very center, and where like creative identity, taste, intentions are human. AI should serve those things and accelerate your vision. As Cam said, amplify your vision, not override it. And the measure of good AI is not just how much more you can do with it, but also we believe is how much fun the journey itself is. And we are doing our best to make it really fun. Thank you.